us in the Loud House. One boy, 10 girls, wouldn't trade it for the world. Loud, Loud House.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Today's Loud House episode was requested by Pugsley Arnold. If you have any Loud House episode you want me to look over and review, subscribe and leave a comment section down below. Rita writes, the 13th episode of Season 3 of The Loud House, but overall, the 114th episode. Rita writes, this kind of sounds like the Miranda rights, like read them their rights, or read her rights. Now this one is a really interesting episode to me, and I'm glad someone actually requested this episode for me because there's a lot to talk about this one, and I just love this one the most out of Season 3, especially when it's about Rita Loud. So on a very typical day, Rita wakes up at 6 in the morning and reads all the notes that what she has to do for the kids about what they got going on. And why are you placing the sticky notes on your tits?
Duck tits, woo!
No more questions, let's get going. So she's got to try to do everything much every day of her whole life. Feed the pets, get the kids ready and out the door and get everybody going. Lynn is kind of having a little bit of trouble trying to find something different for the menu, but Rita points out that menu isn't spelled with a Y. And I don't even know if that's how the way French actually spells or if that's the dad's problem spelling. I'm starting to see where Lenny got her brain from. Lana comes in and pukes on Rita.
I don't feel so good. That's so incredibly gross.
Just because she ate too many earthworms. Jesus Christ, Lana! The next bullshit, Rita almost breaks her neck after just tripping on one of Lynn's roller skates, but luckily she landed on the couch. Jesus, Lynn, pick up after yourself. This isn't an animal sanctuary.
What the fuck?
Lisa, what the f? I'm beginning to think that half your cranium part of your brain is going missing.
Apologies. Turns out my flea powder is more potent than I realized.
And since when do they even have fleas around the house? Unless Lana actually brings them in. And we have Lola whining and begging.
Mommy, my holes are bunching.
Oh, I think your butt's getting a little big, Lola, don't you think?
Fat butt. You got a big fat butt.
Lori and Lenny fight some over bullshit reason again, like they did before. Over some kind of hairspray. I mean, Jesus Christ, I don't think any of you girls would need a hairspray for that. Your girls' hairs look just fine. But Rita takes it and just sprays the hairspray on her hair. Unfortunately, that's not hairspray. That's hair dye, I believe.
Would you totes pull off?
So Rita drops the kids off at school. Drops all the high schoolers off. So much the middle schoolers off. Oh wait, Lynn's the only middle school kid. I forgot about that. Jesus. And even the elementary school kids that she drops off. Yeah, she has a lot of that. But kindly, she's unaware that she is parked in the bus zone. A cop shows up and writes her up a ticket. Clear her parking ticket violation cost her about $2,000. And she can't even afford to pay for it all. But the officer did give her one solution in giving her the community service. So Rita is just doing her community service kind of thing. And she kind of finds out that it's not really that bad after all. So after getting the service done, she had so much time for relaxation and even made a new friend along the way. Is it just me? Or are those kind of the sunglasses that Lenny wears? Or are they actually Rita's sunglasses that she gives to Lenny? So her first day of community service is finally over. And she kind of gets another idea about how to make it happen again. And the kids got to get themselves ready for school this time, the next day.
Oh, but I need you to wash my uniform. And I can't find my blue notebook. Who's gonna French braid my hair?
No offense, but couldn't you do your own French braid hair, Lola? I mean, you always do your hair by yourself. So Rita gets another good day of a good relaxation to herself. Till she thinks she's finally ready to come home. And... what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Are these kids even raised in a circus or something? Has Lori lost her goddamn mind in knowing that she's the oldest, that she can handle all this? Since when did it happen to the Lori that we used to like that was in No Guts, No Glory? And now she's a total idiot. I'm gonna say...
I'm
I'm not ready.
By God, what the f is Lonnie even doing there? Gee, does that look familiar? While Rita is out once more in the middle of the night, waiting for the cop to show up as she is parking in two spaces in the parking lot. And is it just me, or does that guy right there look like Chris Savannah? I don't know, it's just my suggestion. But Rita has another plan up in her mind.
There's more than one way to get a ticket.
I don't know why that makes me laugh every time when she says that. How the way she says that, in that kind of tone of voice, it just makes me laugh every time when I hear her say it. And that face, I don't know what to make of that.
There's more than one way to get a ticket.
I don't think that's a kind of place to be at in the middle of the night, especially for a woman your age. I think it'd be best if I never told anyone why this is a good idea to be at places like this in the middle of the night.
Oh, honey? Here's some money.
What do we got here?
Hello.
But eventually the cop shows up and she takes the community service one more time. So addicted to having so much relaxation in the community service, Rita starts going on a little crime spree, hitting the mailbox at full speed and destroying an actual radio in the middle of the street. And she's finally had enough for 12 days straight of the community service of her own relaxation. Oh, how I wish it could never end for her, especially when she's living with 11 kids.
What a bunch of savages!
And to go further into that kind of statement, Rita returns to the house. And what the fuck is Lincoln even doing in Lois' car? Good God, he got no brain cells either. He's supposed to be almost the closest to being the smartest kid. Seems he's brain dead too, along with Lori and Lanny. And is finally home, and they all have so much to complain about. Do I even have to tell anyone about what Lily is saying? The exact same thing like she said in Brawl in the Family?
Oh, shut up.
But an unexpected guest shows up at their door.
Who called the popo?
Wait, what'd he say?
Who called the popo?
Lisa, you're a little too young to even say that word. I'm guessing too much West Coast rap is getting in her brain, and she's starting to act like a gangster, like Eminem.
It's enough of this shit.
Turns off Officer Jane Lynch. Yeah, I'm sorry. This cop kind of sounds like Jane Lynch, even though it's not really her, but someone else is pretending that they're being Jane Lynch in this episode. In fact, it's the same actress who voices Mrs. Shuffleworth, I think that's what her name is, in an episode called Potty Mouth. And according to all her violations, that she had 12 different violations in 1 week. Turns out it's a federal crime, and she's got to do some jail time. Big mistake there.
Knock it off.
She would have told the whole entire family that she needed a break. Somehow I knew something like this was gonna happen. But who you freaking kidding? They never gonna give you a break. In fact, they never give anyone a break at all.
My teacher needs a break all the time. He just goes in the hallway and screams into an open locker, then comes back. It's no big deal.
Gee, I can't imagine why.
But at the end of this episode, they all start to realize it. Now they're actually starting to build some brain cells up in their heads now. Especially the blonde ones.
That's sad.
I know, right? So Rita is in jail now, and someone, her family pays her a visit to help her with homework assignment. Luann tells a joke. Hell, even Lana got a new pet. Yeah, any guess what she named the pet?
I call him Brad, because he lives in my pit.
Oh, charming. A flea named Brad Pitt. They should definitely name a rooster named Robin Williams. Or how about Cobbin Williams? And it starts to get a bit noisy in jail. So the female cop can't take it anymore and decides to let Rita go, finally understanding why she needed a break in the first place.
If you ever need some more time off, just meet me in the tow zone.
Why toe them when you could just finger them? Okay, that's not a good joke after all. Oh, Rita is back with the family again, living her life of freedom. Wait, where's Lisa?
I'll just save this cake I baked for later.
You idiot.
I'm surprised that guard didn't even arrest her. Besides, what the is that thing that she's got in the cake? I don't even know what it's called, but it's something that women use to trim their nails. The next day, Rita wakes up and finds out that it's 9 o'clock. But turns out, Lynn and the kids got themselves ready themselves.
Hi, hon. Enjoy your morning. The kids and I got ourselves up and ready today. We're gonna try to do this more often. Don't want my honey going on the lamb again. Oh, honey on lamb. We should have that for dinner tonight. Can you pick up some lamb? Oh, no, wait. I'll get it. Love, Lynn.
I wonder how lamb chops taste with honey. And Rita just feels so happy about this.
I am one lucky gal.
You sure are, Rita. And the episode ends with a very special friend of hers who she met during her community service kind of thing. For acorn and muffins. Have fun hanging with your friend, Rita. So, Rita Her Rights was a really good episode for me to enjoy. I really actually enjoyed this episode more than any other episode because much likely it focuses on Rita Loud, the mother of the Loud House family, who mostly does everything around the house to provide for her family, and she's never afraid to punish the children as much. But seeing how the way this episode turned out, it felt like that she does way too much, and she kind of needed a little relaxation. I mean, everybody does. And I'm sure, honestly, any of you guys would agree with me on this. And it's also in the title that Chris Savannah directed this one too, which I'm grateful that he actually did. But Rita Loud, on the other hand, learned her lesson much likely the hard way. But I have to admit, it was kind of fun seeing how she was having the whole day to herself without any of those noisy kids around her place. I mean, not to be mean or anyway, but why haven't you got rid of a few of those kids yet? Never mind, forget I just said that. A circus can't train those girls. So much likely, without further ado, I give Rita Loud 9 out of 10 stars. Was it really obvious that some of us actually enjoyed this episode? I mean, hell, I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed Rita Her Rights. This actually was like a real special episode. I mean, every episode is gonna focus on each character. I mean, not just the whole entire cast being all together, like you would see in Heavy Metal, Get the Message, Left in the Dark, you know, like those kind of episodes. There are some single episodes that focus on a character, like Everybody Loves Lenny focuses on Lenny, Garage Band on Lori. And yet there are like 3 to 4 episodes that focus on Lucy, which I will get to somehow in the future, probably in October. In other words, Rita Her Rights. However, there is just one tiny flaw, and it's not that big of a deal of this flaw. It's Rita who's actually repeating getting all these tickets to get community service so many times in a row on purpose, and it was clearly obvious that somehow this was going to lead her to going to jail. I mean, the title wouldn't be called Rita Her Rights if it didn't sound something like that was going to be a little bit cliched. Like I said, not that big of a deal of a flaw. I don't give a shit about much flaws so much of the episode if they're cliched or not. What matters is that we can actually enjoy them, or at least that much likely that I can actually enjoy them. In fact, laughably enjoy them and still get so much fun and entertainment out as much as any of you out there would. But all is good, nothing too bad. If you love the Loud House, that's okay with me. I'm really a huge fan of the Loud House episodes. But if you're not, that's your loss. Just go and mind about your own business. Hopefully that yellow sponge ain't gonna be around on the television for too long. I am the Loud House critic, and you have the right to remain silent. But that doesn't really help much at all. Certainly didn't help me out in this one.
You know what would make this a happy ending? A kiss.
Trapped inside this tiny space may sound bad.